everybody. This is Dennis with True Broward, and joining me today is Judge Kal Evans from County Court Group 2, right?
Yes, sir.
Hey, thanks very much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, this is interesting, because we're gearing up a lot for some judge races, right? And again, here in South Florida, this is you're going to see your signs, you're going to see your flyers, advertising, all that other stuff over there. But we wanted to take a little bit of time and actually talk to you. You've actually been on the bench now almost 2 years, right?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. And word on the street here, and when I say word on the street, I put my ear there to all of the new races coming out there. You know that. Is that you're going to have an opponent this year?
That is correct. And
the opponent itself, from what I've been hearing, is that it could be maybe a little bit of a challenge on here, but when it comes to challenges, I'd like to maybe give you an opportunity to talk a little bit about the Kal Evans story, speaking of challenges.
Well, I'm not exactly a stranger to adversity. My life hasn't been a walk in the park. I grew up in a neighborhood here, locally called Tatertown, and I had a group of 10 friends. Of those friends, I'm the only one who's not dead or in prison. But the key to that story is that I decided I wanted to be a judge at 9. I didn't decide this on a whim at, in a 15-minute window. I decided this back when I was 9 years old. And that was before I lost friends, before I buried classmates and watched them go off to prison. So it was not an easy road. But at the age of 10, we actually lost that house. And I became homeless. And the first year of being homeless, we were relying on the kindness of friends. Mm-hmm. Family, friends, and my sister, myself, my mother. We slept on couches, living rooms, and we didn't have stable housing for a full year. We kind of wired our welcome for a while, and then we became truly homeless. And that's why I understand the situation with a lot of our population with the homeless situation in Broward County, because we slept under the stars for about 6 months of my life. And my church at one point directed me to a shelter, and our family lived in a shelter for about 6 months. And I was separated because boys were on one side, girls were on the other, so I was away from my mother and my sister. But we lived there for about 6 months. And every year I've gone back to that shelter since I had any kind of employment. And now I take the opportunity to go back and give to every child who lives there.
That's admirable. That's fantastic.
Well, and I also want to let them know that just because they're there now, it's a temporary situation. A lot of these kids have goals and dreams, but they don't think they're possible because of the situations that they're in. And I use my achievements and my goals to kind of inspire them. And that's not the only place that I do that. I have taken that opportunity to speak at different forums, at children's forums, at schools. I've done career days for I don't know how long. I actually just left a church now where that was the first time I really spoke about the gun violence that I'd seen personally, and the friends that I'd lost, actually holding one as he took his last breath. And the pastor there, we were talking, and he looked at me, and I said, you know what, you were the first person to encourage me to tell that side of the story, but it had to be told that day, because that population of kids in that audience, they needed to hear it. So I let my guard down and just opened up and told them my story.